Intel.
Iran says that it will retaliate in the instance of U.S. strikes against U.S. assets in the Middle East. What do you say to U.S. service members about why it's worth the risk to intervene in Iran?
Yeah, Iran said that the last time I blew them up with the nuclear capability, which they don't have any longer. So Iran said that the last time. They better behave.
Alarm bells are ringing across U.S. military bases in the Gulf as tensions with Iran rise, pushing American forces into a higher state of readiness. Some U.S. troops have reportedly been asked to leave America's massive military base in Qatar, signaling a possible shift in force protection posture. 3 U.S. diplomats told Reuters on January 13 that some personnel were advised to leave Udeid Air Base, even as the situation remains fluid. One U.S. diplomat said the move was a posture change, and not an ordered evacuation, stressing that it should not be read as a full-scale withdrawal. Reuters reported that no specific reason was provided for why certain personnel were told to leave Udeid, adding to speculation about an imminent risk. Both the U.S. Embassy in Doha and Qatar's Foreign Ministry declined to comment on the reported warning, according to Reuters, keeping official details tightly controlled. Tensions between Washington and Tehran are spiking as Iran cracks down on anti-government protesters, turning domestic unrest into an international flashpoint. Donald Trump again warned of intervention if Iran targets anti-regime protesters, putting U.S. threats on record as the crackdown escalates. On January 13, Trump also urged Iranian citizens to continue protesting, signaling he is trying to sustain pressure on Tehran's leadership. Trump said help is on its way, and threatened very strong action if protesters are killed, framing U.S. involvement as a response to rising casualties. Reports claim the crackdown on raging protests has left more than 2,000 people dead so far, though exact figures are difficult to independently verify under blackout conditions.
So we had great numbers introduced today. We had a wonderful speech in front of great people in Detroit, mostly in the car business, and we're setting records in manufacturing. It's going very well. I think people appreciated what I had to say in terms of the numbers. So we're very happy about that. I'm going back to the White House now. We're going to look at the whole situation that's going on in Iran. It's really bad stuff. Minnesota is going to have to take care of itself for a little while. We have tremendous theft and fraud going on in that state because you have an incompetent governor, grossly incompetent governor, and a corrupt governor. But we'll straighten that out. But Iran is on my mind when I see the kind of death that is happening over there, we think. So we're going to get some accurate numbers. I'll have it in about 20 minutes. We'll get some accurate numbers as to what's happening with regard to the killing. The killing looks like it's significant, but we don't know yet for certain. I'll know within 20 minutes. So, and we'll act accordingly.
U.S. airstrikes, if it comes to that, will have the result of protecting the protesters?
Well, you never know, do you? You never know.
Do you think it's...
So far, my track record's been excellent, but you never know.
Do you think it's going to be something kinetic like that, or more like cyber? Or
well, I can't tell you that. I know exactly what it would be. We have to make a decision. But I can't be. Obviously, I can't be telling you.
Timeline? Yeah, timeline. Intel.
Iran says that it will retaliate in the instance of U.S. strikes against U.S. assets in the Middle East. What do you say to U.S. service members about why it's worth the risk to intervene in Iran?
Yeah, Iran said that the last time I blew them up with the nuclear capability, which they don't have any longer. So Iran said that the last time. They better behave.
There are at least 8 American bases spread across the Gulf region, many in close proximity to Iran and within range of missile and drone threats. These include U.S. bases and military sites in Kuwait, Iraq, Qatar, Oman, and the United Arab Emirates, forming the backbone of America's regional posture. Experts cited by the New York Times say several U.S. bases lie within reach of Iran's drones and missiles, meaning escalation could be rapid and widespread. Iran's parliament speaker has publicly warned that Tehran will not hesitate to strike U.S. bases, Reuters reported, reinforcing the deterrence message from Tehran. The latest reported exit advisory came just after U.S. warplanes were seen active at Udeid Air Base, suggesting preparations for higher-risk contingencies. American warplanes were reported taking off from the Qatar base on Sunday, January 10, 2026, as aircraft activity increased and attention turned to Iran. Observers said a mix of F-35 stealth fighters, bombers, and refueling tankers were spotted, indicating a package designed for both strike and endurance. Israeli media reports also claimed a U.S. KC-135 refueling tanker was seen over Qatar, a sign that long-range operations may be under consideration. Earlier reports said U.S. military leaders told Trump the force is not ready to attack Iran yet, urging restraint while defenses and positioning are strengthened. According to The Telegraph, U.S. generals pushed for caution as Trump weighed new Iran strikes amid mass protests and escalating regional threats. The reports say Trump was warned U.S. forces need time before any Iran strike, because units must align, preposition, and harden bases against retaliation. U.S. military officials also reportedly said they must consolidate positions and strengthen defenses first, preparing for missiles, drones, and proxy attacks. Qatar's Al Udeid Air Base sits only about 200 to 300 kilometers from Iran's border, making it both strategically vital and highly exposed. Al Udeid's roughly 4,500-meter runway allows heavy U.S. aircraft, including B-52 strategic bombers, to take off with significant payload and fuel. For U.S. Central Command, Al Udeid is a primary hub for logistics, command and control, connecting regional operations across air and ground missions. CENTCOM has also opened a new air and missile defense coordination cell at Al Udeid Air Base, suggesting additional steps to integrate regional protection. During the reported 12-day war with Israel, Iran's missile was said to have successfully hit Al Udeid in Qatar, underscoring that even major bases can be vulnerable.